also on what's brewing, m.league, one of India's leading gaming conglomerates, has announced its financial results for FY24, reporting a 22% rise in total income to $130 million. The company has also achieved break-even with an adjusted EBITDA of $0.2 million. Now, m.league's portfolio includes Mobile Premier League and Game Duel, one of the fastest-growing card and board game studio in Europe. To elaborate on the road ahead at m.league, joining me now is its co-founder, Sai Srinivas. Sai, welcome back to Startup Street. Now, from an existential crisis in August 2023, when the new GST rules increased your tax burden by as much as 350 to 400%, to today achieving break-even and a rise in total income to $130 million, like I mentioned earlier. How did you achieve these results? What factors have led to this growth?
Sure. I think, firstly, it was a really big existential crisis last year. I think the good thing we did was that we took action very quickly. I think it's easy to forget about the pain that the company went through back in the year as a function of the results that we have today. I think we acted very quickly. We let go of almost 50% of our company, and that was honestly, I think, at that time was a very painful thing to do. But I think that allowed us to actually give enough operational flexibility and leverage for us to achieve some of these results. I think one of the biggest reasons has been our European business. Our European business has grown almost 60 to 70% year on year, and we expect it to continue to do the same. Apart from that, even the India business honestly has shown extreme resilience. And I think the fact that we are a platform meant that most users who use our platform play multiple different games, and the fact that most of these users continue to play on the platform even after the tax burden is a testament to the gaming industry as such, and also a testament to how strong the platform is and the work that the teams put in.
So picking up from what you just said, despite headwinds associated with higher GST rates, India revenues have gone up by more than 35% to $88 million for FY23-24. Both gross gaming revenues and the number of cash-paying monthly active users for MPL have increased by nearly 60% during the same period. How do you plan to continue with this growth momentum? Where do you see the next wave of growth coming from?
I think simply put, the only way for us to keep growing is to keep making better and better games for our end customers. The better games we make as a platform, the more people play, and the more the user base grows. So that, I think, is going to be a never-ending challenge. So that's number one. I think the second most important thing for us is that for MPL especially, is apart from India, our intention is to grow our global revenue, specifically for the MPL business, not for the overall m.league business. In MPL also, our intention is that by the time we get here next year, we continue to, not only we continue to grow in India, but we also show a meaningful amount of our revenue coming from, external geographies outside of India.
Okay.
That I think is going to be a very important growth driver, apart from the growth in India, of course.
Absolutely. m.league has seen over 200% compounded annual growth rate since its inception. How much of this growth has come via the inorganic route, Sai, and how has the Game Duel acquisition worked out for you? If you could quickly tell us that.
Sure. I think the 130 minus the 88 million is roughly the revenue contribution from the inorganic asset that we've purchased back in 2022. To give you context, Game Duel, when we purchased the business in 2022, was just slowly venturing into the free-to-play game business. Their revenue since the time we've acquired the business has more than doubled. Okay. In fact, by this time next year, we expect that business to probably even as much as triple in terms of their revenue. So I think one can say that it's an inorganic acquisition, but the fact that we've worked with the company to ensure that the revenue doubles is, I think, a testimony to m.league as much as it is a testimony to. Yeah.
All right. While Skill Gaming, Sai, has taken Indian gaming to its current revenue levels, free-to-play presents a next big opportunity. Are you already seeing some green shoots, and what are the new offerings in the pipeline? Also, while free-to-play is the next big opportunity, how do you also see skill gaming growing going forward? What are the headwinds and tailwinds do you see in India?
See, I think skill gaming is going to continue to grow, albeit maybe at 25-30%, but definitely going to grow for the next 4-5 years, or even next decade in India, I guess. But to give everyone a sense of where free-to-play is, I think free-to-play is exactly where skill gaming was maybe 4 years back, back 2018 or 2019 when MPL just started. I think free-to-play now is at that point. And to give you a sense of how big free-to-play is, the largest free-to-play game in India in a year probably makes more money than the biggest movie released that year across any industry, be it Bollywood, Tollywood, or Collywood. It's how big free-to-play already is in India.
Okay.
And over the next 3-4 years, you will start seeing more and more titles in free-to-play come out, and more Indian users actually engaging with free-to-play. And the biggest complaint has been that people don't pay in free-to-play games, and I think that's going to change meaningfully over the next, say, 3 to 4 years.
All right. On that note, Sai, I'll have to wrap up our conversation. But many thanks for joining us on Startup Street today, and wish you the very best.
Thank you.